John Monkey Jewellery backing up from last week. Did you think he was a bit unlucky last time?
Yeah, well, he's held up in the straight for a while, so maybe if he got a clear run, he might have won the race, but he actually had enough room towards the finish of the race and probably had his chance.
Was it always the plan to back him up for this weekend?
No, well, if he won, it could have been different. So I couldn't plan that before the race. But I think, he's healthy and well, and he hasn't had much racing. He just had a couple of runs. I think he'll back up and perform okay.
Raced a couple of times in October, but then didn't race again for quite some time. What were the issues that he's had, John?
There's nothing that was special. I think he had temperature and a bit of fever, so that took some time. And he doesn't carry a lot of weight. He was up at Chongfa for a while, and he probably benefited from that. So he looks like he's ready to go now.
Drawn gate 5, third up. What are your confidence levels like looking at the race for Sunday for him?
Yeah, well, it seems okay. I mean, he a better gate, he'd probably get a nice run. He might be 5th or 6th and one off the fence, something like that, and he'd get a shot at the leaders after straightening. So I think he's got a chance.
Chad, you jump back on board Smart Rocket, a last start winner. What are your thoughts on him up to 1,800 metres on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it'll suit. He's obviously still a young horse. He's had plenty of racing this season, but he's a last start winner. He's an incredibly fit horse now with all his racing, and I think it'll be a good move for him.
You rode him in a gallop on Thursday. Were there any signs of fatigue or anything like that, given the amount of racing he's done? There
weren't. He only had an easy gallop up the grass. The grass was a bit rain affected yesterday, and he enjoyed that really well. But no, he seems happy and well, and hopefully he can put in one more good run for us.
Just looking at his races, he does seem like he can get a little bit keen at times. How important is it to get him to settle?
Yeah, obviously he's stepping up in trip even more so. But he normally switches off and finds a nice rhythm in his races. He can sort of fire up, but I'd be fairly confident he'd switch off for me.
Ballistic King, Chad, you'd be happy to see there's no Athero in the race on Sunday?
Yeah, he ran so well for me last time, and unfortunately we just ran into that thing. But yeah, Ballistic King, he's starting to hit his straps now. He's drawn a nice gate again, and I thought he felt really good to me last time.
That was your first time riding him under race conditions. What sort of impression did he leave you with?
Yeah, good impression. He obviously he'd done his early bit of racing at Happy Valley, and he came to Sha Tin and raced really well. He's a big, long-actioned horse, and I think the longest straight and bigger track at Sha Tin suits.
For your own point of view as well, last meeting of the season coming up on Sunday, end of your 4th season. How does this rate with previous ones?
Oh, it's pretty similar in terms of number of winners. Obviously, we always want to do better and have more winners, and next season's going to be tough, like it always is in Hong Kong. But anyway, we'll keep doing our best and make the most of it.
A significant off-season coming up for yourself. You get married in a little under 2 weeks' time. How are you feeling about what you've got coming up?
Yeah, exciting. It's obviously all happening, and I'll be a married man next season. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Zach, good standing. He's a horse you've got a solid record on. What's the key to getting him right on race day?
Oh, I don't know really. Just getting in the right type of race for him. Getting him in the right spot and allowing him to travel and getting him to feel like he's got a bit of confidence in himself. He's a horse that's had a number of issues since he's been in Hong Kong, and if he has to do anything more than he's capable of, it's just a bit too hard for him.
You've ridden him in a trial, you've also ridden him in a gallop this week. Are you happy with his condition heading into Sunday?
Yeah, I think he feels pretty good. It just comes down to the circumstances of the race for him.
Drawn 3, would you like them to go to decent tempo like they did in the Hong Kong Macau Trophy when you're just able to sit off them and then come with your run at the right time?
Yeah, well, that race did work out well for him. I don't think he needs to have a solidly run race for him to be effective. I think it's just a matter of him slotting into the right spot. It's more a case of having him feel like he's comfortable, and he'll give us his best that way.
Let's talk about your own season. 166 wins, 7 of those at Group 1 level. You've ridden our 2 best horses this season, Beauty Generation and Exultant. In your own words, how would you sum up season 2018-2019?
Yeah, it's hard not to be happy with it. It's probably end up being better than what I thought it could ever be, really. I never thought I'd be able to get to the mark that I'm at the moment. So that's an achievement in itself, and one that I'm very proud of. And you know, all around I've had a good season. It's going to be hard to replicate it, but hopefully I can.
10 rides on Sunday across an 11 race card. You need 5 more wins to break Joe Moreira's record for most wins recorded in a season. Have you got the book of rides to do it?
Yeah, I don't think so. Like I've been saying, the quality of my rides towards the back end of the season haven't quite been there to be able to push for it. So unless a miracle happens, it looks like it's going to be a little bit too tough.
2 runners in the last on Sunday. John, we'll start off with He's the One for Us. Was he a bit too close to the pace, do you think, last time?
It was a solidly run race, and second up a mile might have found him out, I think. So, and his first run back from a spell, he hadn't raced for a long time, and it was his best performance ever. So he might have taken a little bit of harm from that also. He didn't show us anything at home, but normally if a horse had a long break and then he does too well at his first start, he probably pays the penalty. It was 3 weeks between runs, and he's had a trial. He seems in pretty good shape.
He ran second in this race last year. 12 months on, how do you compare the horse?
I think he's a better horse than what he was, but he's had some issues and a long time off since then. You know, he had a stress fracture in his shoulder, which didn't help, and so he's had a fair bit of time away from racing. So with that interruption, you'd always have to consider that he may not come on the way you want, but his first run back when he won sort of tells you that he's going well.
Mr. So-and-so, John, he's been racing well at Happy Valley recently.
Yeah, he's hard to place at Sha Tin to get in a race that's suitable for him, but he's won 2 1400s at Sha Tin, so this is his course. He's got an awkward draw, but he probably won't race up on the speed, so that'll give him some time to relax and finish the race off.
How do you split the pair?
I don't think you can. They're handicapped up to what they can do. So Mr. So-and-so's been getting some extra rating because of his placings, and He's the One for Us come back a winner, so they're handicapped up to their best. You know.
After Wednesday night, you're back in front by 2 wins. John, have you got your hand on an 11th title, do you feel?
Well, no, I'm not too comfortable about that. I mean, he can win a couple of races quickly and get there quite easily in the halfway through the day, and then it'll make it difficult. So I think, again, as I've said before, it's just a matter of who has the luck leading up to the last race, and we'll see how we go.
And after Wednesday night, John Moore, your adversary in this title fight, was speaking about you as a trainer in glowing terms. How do you reflect on John as a trainer?
Well, similar. I mean, he's got a fantastic record. He's won a lot of big races, and he's been in Hong Kong for a long time. So he's proved himself time and time again. So his record speaks for itself.